Hey, so I was talking to one of my long-standing clients today, having a chat about how far she'd come in the time we've been working together. And it wasn't until we kind of really started talking about it and laying out what she's achieved and how far she's come, we actually realized what she's done in the time we've worked together. It was a really, really good moment. Like when I first met her, she was very reserved. She was very quiet. She didn't have a lot of self confidence. She was very body conscious. Um, Mum of three kids, three beautiful little kids, really funny little characters. She was working part time. Husband was working. She just completely frazzled. Like she was at her wit's end. She did suffer from a little bit of postnatal depression. Nothing too serious, thankfully. She had it pretty much under control. Was just a little bit hanging around. That kind of fled up every now and again. A lot of it was more related to her body consciousness and stuff like that. It'd kind of flare up. She'd have a moment where she'd try a dress on that she used to fit into, and it wouldn't fit her anymore. And she'd just kind of feel really bad about herself and really get down. And it'd take her a little while to get out of that. When we started working together, one of the main things we were working on was just getting a body moving and getting her into some sort of a routine to get back into the gym and get back into doing something active. I think when I first started working with her, I think she hadn't done anything overly physically active other than chasing the kids around for close to 2-3 years. She really was out of shape and she really was struggling to get on top of things. And with the kids getting older, chasing them around, it was just getting harder and harder for her. Husband's pretty active, plays sport on the weekend, so she kind of wanted to keep up with him as well, and obviously keep up with the kids as they got older. When we sat down, I actually started going through what she's achieved in the time we worked together. It's amazing the difference that I've seen in her over the time we've been working with each other. She's lost a lot of weight. She's now fitting back into clothes that she fit into when she got married, but even before they got married, which she was really stoked about. But the change in her mental state and her emotional state is incredible. She's so much more confident. She's so much more outgoing. She doesn't even think about going to the gym anymore. It's just part of routine. She just gets up. It's like going to the grocery. She doesn't even think about it. She gets up. She does what she needs to do. She goes to the gym. It's scheduled into the day. It's part of the daily routine, part of the weekly routine. She doesn't even think about it. Whereas before, to get her into the gym, I was basically forcing her in 2-3 times a week, kicking and dragging to get in and do the workout she needed to do. I was really kind of hounding on her back and making sure she was getting in and doing the small bits of work she needed. The days that she couldn't get in because kids were sick and that sort of stuff, we were making sure she was doing stuff at home. And these days, she's got the knowledge and she's got the mindset to, okay, cool. So, all right, kids have got doctor's appointment. I'm really not going to get to the gym today, but she still sets that time aside. She still finds time to get something done. And the fact that she's actually doing that now is without even thinking about it, it's brilliant to see that massive change in people. The motivation change and the determination change in her is absolutely incredible. It's until we actually started laying it down and sort of saying, hey, cool, this is what you're like when you came in, but look at you now. Like you've just had this complete 180 flip of oh no, I haven't got time. Nah, kids have got to do this, kids have got to do that. Finding excuses not to do something for yourself. Whereas now she's finding excuses to do something for herself. She's trying to look after herself before she looks after the kids, because she knows if she's fit and healthy and she can chase after the kids and she can do what she needs to do, she's in a much better mindset and a much better place to look after the kids and look after the husband and take care of her family than she would be if she's just kind of slumping around and not doing much and not looking after her body and getting unhealthy. And it just has such a big change on not just yourself, but on everyone around you. Because you're setting a good example, your kids flow on from that. There's too many things these days you see it, families that grow old together, they grow fat together. There's no easy way of saying it. It's horrible when you can sit at the food courts and you can sit around the shops and you can see families that are just collectively overweight. Quite often it comes from that bad model that's been set by parents and down the generations. Whereas parents that have actively going out of their way to show kids how to be healthy and how to eat healthy and how to look after themselves, everyone in their family just flows better and just has that better mindset. Teaching them to cope with stuff like depression, talking to them about it, telling them what life is really like. Life isn't all peaches and cream and rainbows and unicorns as we grow old. Life is shit. It sucks at days, but you need to know how to cope with that. She's now got systems in place and a mindset in place that she knows how to cope with that. and she's expressing that to the kids and showing it to the kids how to do the same thing. They have a crap day at school. Cool. Today's going to be a bad day. Tomorrow's going to be better. Learn how to, you learn how to deal with it. You learn how to get the systems in place to get over it and keep going on. Just that massive change that she's had and that massive mind shift. I look at the people I work with like that, and it's exactly why I do what I do. I love seeing that change develop in people, and I love seeing that that spark come back in their eyes. That the trigger almost goes off. Some people it's a slow little burn and it gets up there. Some people it's almost like a trigger that almost overnight something just clicks and they can see the brighter side of life, and they can see that that determination, that motivation just suddenly jumps through the roof. It's really good to see. It's I love seeing things like that. I love dealing with people and I love helping get that change in people, because I know myself from where I've come from all the stuff that I've been through and all the issues I've had along the way. I know the feeling. I know what it's like when you're down in those lumps and you haven't got that motivation. You just want to sit in a corner and do nothing for the rest of your life. But ultimately, you need to get up. You need to get moving. You need to get yourself healthy, because, mate, there is so much more to life than sitting in a corner and feeling sorry for yourself. I love seeing that change in people. I love driving people to get that change. It's why I do what I do. It's an amazing feeling to see. It's almost a guilty pleasure that I get the excitement and the experience of watching you guys change. It's a guilty pleasure, but hell, I'm happy to help you guys change if it's going to make me feel good. I'm more than happy to push you guys to get that awesome change. Look, I'd love you to share this with people. If you think it's going to inspire them, share this around, guys. There's too much negativity on Facebook these days. There's too much negativity on Instagram and all the social medias. Share it out. Let's get some healthy stories out there. Let's get some fun, happy stories out there. If you got a story of your own, whack it down below. I'd love to hear, your change, your motivation change, your determination change, where you've come from, where you're going. I'd love to hear it down below. Let's share some happy stories and let's get them out there. Share this if there's someone you think is going to inspire them. Share it around, tag them in it, send it to them, whatever you got to do. Let's get some happy stuff out there, guys. Take it easy.